It's a kind of cold day for it, but I'm going to try and take a wee walk out for trout today, just again for an hour. Things are a bit different this year, so I'm not making any big journeys at the minute or long videos either, I guess. But I'll take a wee wander out here and see what I see. It's a long time since I've been out here, but it's handy, you know. Soft bit. I might get across here. Having walked over to the loch, the first thing I decided to do was get some tea on, because I'm not very strong on my feet just at the minute, so a cup of tea seemed necessary to revive me before I had a cast or two. I'll sit down and have a wee cup of tea now. I can hear there's kind of aeroplanes going about. There's all sorts of stuff going on here. Nobody ever knows what, obviously, and it's none of our business really, but nonetheless it's interesting when you see stuff, you know. But the whole sort of exercises, NATO and all these people, I don't know where they fly about, and it looks like they invaded Point the other night. All these boats came in and kind of seemed to launch some sort of amphibious assault. And quite frankly, if you live in Point, you probably deserve that sort of thing, you know. It's probably normal even, you're probably used to it. Yeah, so there's been all this going on. There was a drone out over the Minch the other evening, I was noticing, at 23,000 feet and something like 300 miles an hour. So it was one heck of a drone. And I mean, it appeared on the, you know, flight radar type thing. It wasn't like I had some secret knowledge and special scanning equipment. I mean, it was just there for everybody to see. But nonetheless, there's a whole lot of wacky stuff going on. So that's interesting. Ireland will probably be full of Russian bird watchers again this year, you know, all observing very carefully. So in a minute or two, I'm going to have a wee cast here. See if I can't catch a wee fish, you know. I'm not desperately inspired, to be fair, but that's just the way I am at the minute, you know. Oh, I can hear another airplane away out north of me, you know. So I'll have a cup of tea. I've already tied on 2 flies. I put a blue Zulu and teal and black on to start with. Looks like a blue Zulu and teal and black sort of loch, and we'll start with those and see how we go with them. This loch doesn't make big fish, you know, so I have no expectation of catching a big fish. If I get a half pounder, I'll be over the moon, and even if I see a fish, I'll probably have scored. I haven't been fishing much. I've been here 2 weeks, you see, and I wasn't well. It took a week out of me, and that kind of knocked things back. So I haven't caught very much since I came, saw it all. And also with salmon and sea trout, there basically are no fish. Because of the big drought in the year, they just vanished in the sea. I guess dolphins, seals, poachers, sea lice, who knows, you know. But all that stuff got them. So we don't really have any salmon or sea trout fishing this year, unfortunately. Might be a wee bit, but not enough to actually inspire you to chase after it, you know. But we'll have a wee cast here, see how we go. So seems awfully shallow here. I think also the loch might be quite high now after everything being so low all summer. But the lochs never fish so well when they're high, I don't think. However, we'll see. I really don't know this loch at all well. I might have fished it once before, just. So as you can tell, I'm not a regular attender here. And it's not too far out. It's relatively handy for the walk, you know. But which is part of the reason why I came out here today, just for handiness sake. So I don't really know what to expect in the way of fleas to use or any of that stuff, and I'm just going to work my way along this bank. And I also don't really know how deep it gets out there. You know, it certainly looks like it's a very shallow loch, but the water's quite clear, and you know, lochs with clear water often make good wee fish, you know. As you can see in some places along the banks, the actual bank rises up quite close to the edge of the water, so fishing that's going to be a wee bit tricky. Whereas this here's a good spot because the bank's far back. You see, bank's good and far back, so I like this spot in particular because of that. I changed the point fly to Watson's Fancy just to give it a try. I'm going to have to go through the box maybe today. And I'm going to have a wee throw here. It's very shallow here though, so I don't know whether I'm actually getting out to the drop off or not. But hey, we'll give it a wee chuck and see how it goes. Oh, wind kind of changed direction in the middle of that cast. So I've come along another wee step, and I've put a big soldier palmer on the point just in case something red, you know, really bright might bring them in. I still have the wee blue Zulu on the top. While my lunch is cooking or heating up there and my tea's brewing, I just thought I'd have a wee quick cast. I've changed now to a tiny goat's toe and a Cape McLaren. I'm keeping changing. It's usually I would just tie on the one set of flies and go for it, but today, you know, I should be catching fish here now. Okay, we're late in the season and whatnot, but that's not the point. I mean, usually I catch fish late in the season or early in the season or whenever. Actually, I'm not so good early in the season, to be fair. I'm not an early in the season person, but I usually have no trouble at this time of year. I've had my lunch and a cup of tea, and I'm going to wander up towards the far end of the loch and fish down to where my bag is, and that'll do me, I think. Again, I'm not seeing or getting any fish, so it's not successful in that sense. I've got to say, this loch really strikes me as a loch that we produce a lot of wee fish, you know. Maybe nothing to get too excited about, but just a goodly lot of them. But certainly not doing that for me today. So we'll go up here, get a wee start, and see how much casting we do on the way down. I don't know. I was going to say I didn't think it was a fish, but yeah. So we fish on the goat's toe. There you go. Nice wee sort of quarter pounder. Maybe not even a quarter pounder, but nonetheless, nice wee fish. And off he goes. I'm trying to keep the back cast quite high, and of course that can mean crashing the front cast into the water, but like I say, if I turn around you'll see I have a wee bit of a problem in terms of the back cast. A technical issue, as they might say. Oh, it does. This line is particularly prone to, I don't know what you call it, performances, tangles and stuff. So, if we bit further down, another wee step. I wonder, can we actually stand on that rock? Oh, look at that, eh? High quality rock. Oh well. Another wee fish. Again on the goat's toe. This one didn't do much scrapping till they get in here and saw me. But again, another wee quarter pounder, I suppose. Wandering back towards the car now, and that'll do me for the day out. Amazing the way those fish were all just in the one wee spot in that loch. I wonder if I'd stood in the one spot all day, would I just have caught fish after fish? Don't know, but certainly I got nothing from anywhere else in the loch. Interesting day out nonetheless. Just wandering down the hill now beside the old peat banks to the car. This one here actually isn't too old, but then it gets older. It looks as if you go further down, you know. Some length of bank though, but I presume they didn't got it all at the same time. But there's obviously been somebody out in the tractor, as you can see. So I would say they've taken peats off here somewhere this year. But there's quite a few peat banks here, you see. So this wee bit of the hill must produce good peats. But the other good news is I can see the red of the car there, and it's not too far away now. So I'll hop in there and head for home. I'm going to follow the tractor down, see if he knows a good way.